Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Tactical Tuesdays. I'm Tyler with Legacy Volleyball Club. Today we are going to talk about attacking from the pins, specifically the outside. First, we'll go through an arm swing warm-up, and then we'll talk about some of the do's and don'ts of attacking from the outside, as well as some unique shots and how to hit them. This is a series of 4 arm swings that we want to develop from a young age. The first is going to be just a simple straight-on arm swing. Notice the coach CJ is tossing with 2 hands. We want to make sure that attackers are getting both arms up to create the bow and arrow form, much like our serving video from 2 weeks ago. The ball stays in front of him, and we want to make certain we're rotating through with our hips and contacting the ball around 50% of our max swing. Our core and hips will provide us with the power we need to consistently attack at a high level. The next arm swing is what we call pinky down. This arm swing is meant to be completed around 40 to 50% of our max swing. It is more or less a shot for us to use against certain defenses and not a tool we want to overuse. The hips need to stay open while the arm drives across the body. An easy way to remember this is by making sure your pinky stays down on contact. The third arm swing is called thumb down. This is a shot we can use either when the ball is set tight or when we are actively trying to hit the ball to zone 4. You can start your hips in any direction as long as you focus on squaring on contact and hitting the ball with your thumb down. This is probably the most difficult of the shots to hit consistently, but allows you to hit certain sets you'd otherwise have to free ball over. The final warm-up swing is very similar to the first swing. We are just going to ramp up the speed a little bit and focus on our elbow. We should be going anywhere from 50 to 80% of our max swing and keeping that elbow and that arm as high as possible on contact. We constantly see girls attacking the ball closer to their ear and burying it into the net, solely because their arm is far too low on contact. This warm-up just helps them feel that reach over and over. Regarding footwork, today we'll just discuss a 3 and 4 step approach. 3-step approach is the approach more commonly learned at the younger age groups and thus the more widely known. The footwork pattern is left-right-left for right-handed players or vice versa for lefties. We won't dive too far into the specifics of an approach, but we can't stress enough that we need to build momentum through that approach by making our steps small to large and slow to fast. The second approach is slightly more complicated because it involves an extra step, so the footwork is right-left for right-handed players and vice versa for lefties. However, it allows the attacker to hit the ball harder and attack a wider variety of sets due to that first step being more of a guide step. We will want to make sure those steps are still small to big and slow to fast. Taking steps too early can cause us to lose all that momentum and thus end up hitting a weaker ball. The first shot we're going to cover is just hitting hard into the diagonal. Hips are going to be open as CJ leaves his feet, and he's going to rotate those hips through as far as he wants to hit the ball. To hit the hardest ball we can, we need to be as linear as possible, which means everything lines up on contact. Feet, hips, shoulders, head. If we want to hit the ball hard to zone 5, we need to finish everything to zone 5. The next shot is going to be hitting hard line. The footwork and hips should be close to as identical as the deep diagonal swing, with the only difference being when he rotates his hips through, he should be rotating them all the way to zone 1. A piece of advice when hitting is simply take what the setter gives you. Inside set, hit angle. Outside set, hit line. Too often we see players turning an inside set down the line, over-rotating and hitting the ball out, or trying to take a perfect outside set and turn it back into the court. The third shot we'll discuss is the pinky down shot. As previously discussed, this is not a shot to overuse, but a shot you can hit when defenses are playing you in a certain way. Having the ability to hit shots will greatly increase your ability to score points, especially as you progress through your volleyball careers. What scores at 12s and 13s probably doesn't score at 17s and 18s, not only because athletes can cover more ground, but also because scouting will become much more prevalent at the later age groups. And if you are only able to hit 1 or 2 shots, opposing teams will plan for that and adjust accordingly. The final shot we'll talk about is the thumb down shot. This is primarily used for tight sets and trying to force the ball to zone 4 or 5. Hand contact is critical here. Hit too high on the ball and you'll drive it into the net. Hit too low and you're in essence sending over a free ball. Although this shot will be difficult to consistently hit, it can be incredibly effective. Thank you guys for watching. Next week we'll go through more attacking from the right and the middle. If you enjoyed these videos, please feel free to subscribe to our page, and as always, stay safe.